Alright, welcome. A little bit later, but we're gonna start working on this one again. Just for funsies. And to see if we can finish off some... Hey, Saint, how you doing? How you doing? How are you? Was a little bit late. It's Pina's birthday and we were at my sister-in-law for a short while. Well, for quite a while. And we got a little bit later because we had cake. Gotta have some cake. Ooh. Excuse me. What is this? You eating your dinner? Nice. Hopefully it's tasty dinner. I think I'm gonna alter the colors a little bit. We're gonna make it a little bit. Ooh, not like that. Not with that, no. What the hell? It's not that one. Oh, it's this one. Hold a second. It's edible. Okay, fair enough. Edible is okay. Edible is acceptable. I'm just gonna up the colors a little bit on this one. It's good enough. Fair enough. Good enough is good. Okay. And then maybe we alter these ones a little bit as well. Soggy. What the hell are you eating that's soggy? Why are you eating soggy stuff? Why are you eating soggy? Okay. So that radically altered the colors to the better, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion, man. Okay. So if that one is the case, oh, I can do this one. It will still work. Yes. Very watery. I used veggies that have a lot of water in them, and now it's very moist. moist. Well, I'm right here if you want to ever have any suggestions what to do with moist vegetables. It sounds so weird, but you know. I need to figure out how to do this one, because right now I'm struggling a little bit, and I don't like struggling, not even a little bit. See, there. There's a lot of water at the bottom of my food. Swamp cuisine. Whoops. Cuisine de Mouras. Or something. As long as it's tasty, that's the important bit. That's what I wanted to say. All right. Topped with cheese. That's a sentence that saves everything. Just saying. What have you been doing this week? What have you been up to? Me, I have been mostly working. Working is good, I say. For now, in any case. Your new passport, dishes, sleeping and updating your Warhammer wish list. Yes. These are all acceptable and good things. We went past Games Workshop today to because it's been a long time since I've been there. Start off with, but also I need time away from home and or work, and so Sunday is good because Games Workshop is open. Oh, that's the wrong color. Wrong. I am actually very much looking forward right now to our upcoming vacation because I need that one. I needed that one before I started working, don't get me wrong, I need it now as well. It's a very nice thing that they're open on Sundays. It just gives more options because, you know, loads of people are just doing nothing on Sundays and then you work all the rest of the week almost. We're going to France, northern part of France. Natasha has a colleague's parents have a house that we are going to be able to borrow for a week. Hello, Red. Welcome back home. You made it. Ow, ow, ow. Okay. Okay, so that one's more or less done. Need to look a little bit closer here. So yeah, but that one is gonna be nice. I think we're gonna enjoy that one very much, being just out and about and not thinking too much, just being offline. I think that's the thing that's gonna be nice. Offline and not working and not doing anything. Okay, let's see. What is soggy food? That doesn't look bad. It may be soggy, but it definitely looks tasty. Okay. Save as. I'm not super happy about how the thingy, how the gun looks, but it is what it is. Beef, spitskål, mushroom, onions, and courgette. Cheese mixed in, topped with cheese. Nice. It does sound quite tasty, actually. We had really tasty food made by my sister-in-law, but it does not make that one sound less tasty. It's supposed to be low carb. That doesn't sound like low carb though. But yeah. I'll take their word for it. No, it actually sounds like pretty okay, carb-wise. It depends on how much cheese you have, obviously. But it does sound pretty okay, carb-wise. I'll say that one. From someone who used to work as a chef. Make them balls bigger. Always make the balls bigger. If I don't make the balls bigger, Keen is not happy. This is the way it works. How are you doing, Keen? How are you doing? It is long time no see, and I know that it's difficult because the shizzle doesn't start. But hopefully the thingy works a little bit. The schedule we have that N has put up on the Discord. Maybe. Sleepy, good. Yeah, I'm pretty sleepy regularly right now because it's I work shitloads. It's good to work, but I work with people. I spend all my days with people that aren't necessarily aggressive, but a good 90-95% of them are antagonistic at best. Every second phrase that I say is no sir or no ma'am, you cannot put plastic with paper or something similar. So yeah, that's fun. Why do people got to be people? So the worst part about my job is actually the way that people assume that because you work where I work, that how do I phrase this one? If you come somewhere and this is your one and only time that you're there this month at the very best, and probably this half year, and you're never there otherwise, you're there maybe twice, maybe 3 times a year. If I do that one, if I come somewhere where I'm no more than 1 or 2 or maybe 3 times a year, I don't make assumptions about knowing someone else's job better than they do, who spend every day there. If they say something that is very, very well known to me, I might go like, okay, but you're saying the opposite. Why is that? But I'm not being disrespectful and assuming that I know their job better than they do, and that one is currently the average state of almost every person. Yeah. Yes. 99% of my problems stem from the fact that people can't read signs that have letters that are larger than their underarms. That's basically 99% of my issues with customers right now. Every single container at the container park has a big fuck off sign, and at that sign it says exactly what goes into that container, and the letters are anywhere between the size of your hand, finger to, wrist, or your underarm. Yeah, no, it's just lazy. People are just lazy. That's literally what it comes down to. I don't want to walk the 4 extra steps. Make the signs bigger. I wish that one would be solving anything, but it doesn't. People, yeah, simply put, people just want to, do as little as possible. That's what it comes down to. Why should I take 4 steps extra? There was earlier this week, there was some dude and he was standing there and he, like, this is the epitome of entitlement, but it's not super rare, but it's a good example. He's walking up with stuff under his arm. At the parks, at every single park, you have a free area and you have a paid for area. And in the paid for area, you can, you know, if you have so much that you have to drive into it, you have to pay for it. However, if you can carry it in your hands, you have the right to, once per visit, take things together with your passport and go through a, what's it called? One of them thingamajings. It's like a gate, but with like loads and loads of bars, and they go in one direction but not in the other unless you actually put in your card. A separating gate. So once per visit, and you can come twice a day. Once per visit, you can put your card in, and then you can go through if you can carry the stuff that you're bringing. And he's bringing his stuff, right? He's carrying his stuff, but instead of going to the big fuck off orange gate that he can go through with his passport, he walks straight past me. You know, if he turns his head, he's breathing on me. And he's walking up to walk where all the cars go. And I go like, okay, sir, where are you going? And he goes, yeah, I'm just going to drop off these things. And I go like, yeah, well, you need your passport and you need to go through that gate over there. Not through there. That's not okay. And he goes like, oh. And then he puts the stuff down next to me. And he goes to pick his ID card. And I'm like, okay, if you want to put your stuff down there, that's your problem. I'm not going to intervene with this one. So I don't say anything. So I'm starting to walk back to the other side because, you know, I'm going to do other stuff. So I walk past him as he comes back with his ID card. And his comment to me is, but I put them next to you. Why aren't you bringing them closer to me? And I'm like, dude, that's not my job. And he was like, I mean, you work at the park. And I'm like, yes, but my job at the park is not to bring you your stuff. Like, I don't know. People. Really. It's unsettling on so many levels. People fucking sucks. Yes. They suck so hard. That's okay. Lunch is important. Lunch is very important, man. Don't worry about it. As a bonus, I'm painting one of your paintings. I'm just generally complaining about my work. Mentioning that it was Peanut's birthday today. Happy birthday, Peanut, indeed. He turned fucking 20 today. He turned 20 today. Damn. You said something in chat that was no appropriate and it didn't go through. I'm sorry, I didn't see it. Normally I get like notified about it. Everything can go through for me as long as it's not painful to someone. That's weird. You are very liked. Don't worry about it. So yeah, my little boy turned 20 today. That's I'm old, man. Maybe it's a YouTube thing. It could be. Yeah. No, I'm not at the same place with the bee guy. So I regularly return to different parks, but this week I've been at a different park that I haven't been at before. But it's just they're doing road constructions somewhere, so I had to drive around. You don't even remember those years. I remember those years, and I'm older. I'm older. So you know, I'm not at the place where the big guy is. Not this week. Oh, wasn't. Next week I'm somewhere else. Next week I'm going back to another place, which is a smaller. Late 20s more than the early. Yeah. I do remember September. There's work everywhere around this city. Yeah, and I'm also not working in this city. I'm working in another city. I'm working Mechelen, man. Oh no! It's roughly the same at every place. It's the same job, and I have what's called a day contract at these places. So I get hired from a day-to-day basis, basically. But sometimes I get hired to do in the same, be in the same park for many days. So that's what I did last week. I was in a different place. But it's been it was far. It was far to go this week, so it's instead of half an hour travel, it's roughly an hour 10 minutes, which doesn't it's not that bad. But I also work from when do I work? I work from, now I need to think. I work from 10 to 9 to 6:15. So it's a full day of machines that are very loud and people that are stupid and annoying. And yeah, that's what I do. We do. It's also. I think it's also partially quite exhausting because. Well, I know that it's exhausting partially because I'm having issues with the sudden immense amount of language. I know the language, pretty well, as some people might be able to confirm or deny. But I haven't been immersed in it really for a long time. So because of that one, when I come home, I'm properly drained mentally every time, which is annoying. But it is what it is. Yeah, it's not so much that I'm exhausted from speaking Dutch. It's more a case of being exhausted from having to. So part of my job is actually listening into what people are saying and realizing when they're just bullshitting, or when they're just, you know, taking the piss. Quite common thing is for people to talk about what they're gonna do because they're stupid enough to not realize that the people that are on the park actually hear you, and literally stating when they're gonna do something that they know they're not allowed to do. That's part of my job, and that one is difficult when I have to do that one with 20 people at the same time, and also have, you know, a machine that presses 20 tons worth of plastics together, or 20 tons worth of paper together, or sometimes both. It just it's a bit exhausting, that one. And then having to, you know, face people who are basically stating to your face that they know everything about garbage sorting because they took some sort of course or whatever, and then in the next sentence they say, so this piece of paper, that's gonna be plastics, right? Inquisitor D, always Inquisitor D. That's also one of the most common things I have to reply to people is, no, paper is not plastic, or no, iron isn't plastic, isn't hard plastics of the order recyclers. And every single time that I have to do that one, you need to realize that what it comes down to is a person being just lazy. It's very rare that it is anything else. And then, you know, those are also the only clients, the only customers you remember. They did a 5-minute Facebook search. I wish they would have more. They would have had more info if they would have done that one. But no. No. Toil in the paper mines every day. Yes, that's true. Poor children do that one every day. That's true. And the plastic refineries. So there are some things that, you know, make you wonder about a lot of things. I think the biggest issue I have is with people who, like, you know, the majority of people who assume that something is plastics and not paper, they're actually not from Belgium. They're immigrants, and I actually don't hold that one against them, because if you come from a culture where all garbage, or a country where all garbage is treated exactly the same, like all garbage is garbage, then even if you are here as even as a second generation immigrant, if you have been taught that one by your parents and your family, you know, it makes sense that you would not know or understand the concept of separating garbage. I understand that part. That's just a matter of, I was this many years old when I discovered rubber comes from trees. This many years. You did not know that rubber came from trees? Dude. Dude! I'm gonna tell you a secret, Kin. It's partially true, but some of the rubber actually comes from eels. And I need you to trust me on this one, because I have inside information about that one. Everyone knows that one, yeah. See? No, but then you have people that are at the park, you know, discussing, you know, that are Belgians that are discussing that one with me, and that one I have issues with when Belgian people who are living here and have, you know, actually grown up with this kind of knowledge of we separate our garbage and we make stuff with it, that then come with claims that are just so outrageous that you just go like, what the actual fuck? I was just all right, okay, so the rubber tree is actually a thing that has existed for centuries, and that's why we had rubber long before we had oil. But yeah. No, but then you have people that are, you know, talking about how they know everything about recycling, and I go like, oh, really? Enlighten me. And then they come with some bullshit story about how indeed all rubber comes from eels or something, and then you go like, dude, number one, what the fuck? Two, this still doesn't make you eligible to just toss your stuff, all of your stuff, into the hard plastic, which is literally the end result of every single conversation like that. Can I put this stuff in the hard plastic? Or can I stuff it in the second-hand stores container? That's also a popular one. Because the second-hand store container is like, you know, the second-hand, there's like a chain of second-hand stores, and they that are in that city. It's not the same. It's not the same as the big one in Antwerp. Less than 10% of what you put in your recycling bin actually gets recycled. Most of it gets sold to India and burned. So yes, there's a lot of that stuff happening here as well, but not all of it. One of the biggest issues that we have here is actually that there's too much stuff being stuffed in the wrong bin. And when it gets stuffed in the wrong bin, we're forced to burn it. So that's an issue. But I can't even remember where I was. Doesn't matter. I love it when you speak sexy to me, Keen. Where are we? Here's where we are. That almost looks like a sexy marine, like that. And I just need to paint in the background a little bit behind him. And after that one, we need to make this thing happen. So he actually holds it like that instead. And to do that one, we're gonna do this. No, wait, not like that. Sexy Smurf. All the sexy Smurfs. so. Duplicate layer, and then put down here, and then turn it around. Because that's what we do. Where the fuck do I do down? Here. No, not there. Here. That's what we do though. Why is there a sniper rifle floating mid-air? Because someone has a thing for these rifles. And that's why they're gonna be painted in there. Whee! Okay. So yeah, in the world of recycling, nobody hear you scream. Now, we actually have wood that gets burnt in specific types of ovens that makes it so that you get heat out of it. Well, you flatter me. And then we have, you know, then we have green recycling material that gets composted, and then we have green recycling material that doesn't get composted, and we have green recycling material that gets flambleu. But they do different things with them, because otherwise we would just put the wood and the non-recyclable, non-composted green stuff together. And we have hard plastics, we have PVC, we have PMD, which is basically any container you have, both metal and plastic and whatnot. So, and all of those things go to different places. So it's not like it's, you know, it just gets shipped off to wherever. Ah yeah, this is what I was gonna say. The two places where people drop things off is either in the hard plastics, because that's for some reason for everyone, everything that they don't know what it is hard plastics. And the other one is in the recycling container for the second-hand store. And usually what it comes down to is, if I can put everything that I'm holding in my arms into one container, then I only have to go to one container. That's literally what it comes down to. And it is so annoying that I don't know what to say about it beyond that one. So I won't. Instead, I'm going to show you a time lapse of what we've done today. And then I'm going to leave you to it up until Wednesday. So yeah. Hopefully you've enjoyed this one a little bit. And the conversations are here. And they're fun. And yeah, time-lapse time. It is always good chatting. Oh yeah, I need to mention this one. The second week of September, we are going to be abroad for our vacation. It is possible that we won't be streaming, that I won't be streaming on the Sunday before and the Sunday after, as well as the Wednesday when we're gone, obviously. We'll be away from PCs. I think I mentioned it last time as well, but you know, just to make sure that everyone has heard it, so that you guys know it. But yeah, we're still gonna do one entire week, so I might be doing commissions, but it's very slow. If you have an idea, just send it on. But it's very slow right now. I'm working myself up to a position where I'm actually painting more and more and more, but it's still tiresome to work with other stuff. So if I do commissions, it's not going to be super pricey because of that one, because I know that it's going to take time. So feel free to send me massages. Anyways, thank you for being here. Here's time lapse. Bye bye.